Let's get into it. Soul Not For Sale podcast. I got the wife here with me.
Hello.
And we are talking about Operation Paperclip. Joe Rogan, Jim Brewer, they're talking about Operation Paperclip. But before they get into that, okay, I'm playing a whole clip for you. And I chose this part of the clip the way I did because I just wanted to hear some old school Joe Rogan. For those of you that know, Joe used to just talk about gorillas fighting chimps and alligators fighting snakes. That's what the podcast used to be about. Before Jordan Peterson and David Goggins and scientists and RFK, it was about that. It really was. So the first part of the clip is going to be Joe talking about Jim Brewer fighting a monkey. And what that would look like. And then we're going to get into Operation Paperclip, and we're going to springboard into a little deep dive there. Don't forget about IamCoachColin.com. We got Soul Not For Sale. We got George Orwell Was Right. And we got Public Enemy #1. Discount code is IamCoachColin. All capital letters, all one word, 1 L in the name Colin. Let's get into this clip.
Go in the room, baby, arm, and he kept saying, don't let him nip at you. Don't let him. And he left me alone for like 30 seconds. And all I remember is the skull. The skull is really hard. It was like a coconut. That thing was very powerful.
Dude, they
were babies, like you said.
Yeah, it's a baby, but it doesn't feel like you think a baby should feel like. It feels like a super athlete. Like when you touch their muscles, even though they're a baby, they're so jacked.
Yeah.
Like you feel their little muscles. You're like, holy fuck, man.
You saw the no hair one, right?
Yeah.
That's
what it is. Yeah.
That's just pure.
Yeah. And
natural.
The no hair one that you see, like that one, if you think about the amount of muscle that thing has, it's probably like 180 pounds. You got to multiply that times like 4. And that's how strong it is in terms of people.
Right.
It's a different thing, even though it looks so impressive. Like if it was a dude that was built
you wouldn't
like
fear
that
it.
But you would fear it. No, what I'm saying
you
is,
know what I mean.
you
I
would
would
go,
fear it, but they wouldn't
what I'm
rip the
saying
arm
is,
off. Yeah.
you would go, that guy's fucking jacked. I bet he's strong. Well,
Yes.
take what you think about a guy that looks like that and multiply it times 4, and that's how strong a chimp is.
I guess.
That's what's scary.
Yeah, no, that's frightening. All right, you convinced me. I'm not going to fight the monkey.
No one can fight a chimp, but a monkey, you might have a chance if you're a bad motherfucker. You know, if you're a good kickboxer like Khalil Roundtree, he might fuck up a little monkey.
Yeah,
you know, get him with some leg kicks.
Yeah, I think. Yeah.
If the monkey doesn't understand defense, whap, whap. As long as you can keep it from biting your face, as long as you can keep it from just getting a hold of you and biting a chunk out of you. They will bite a fucking chunk out of you, son. You gotta have Kevlar clothes on. You gotta wear Kevlar clothes, Kevlar gloves. That's what I would say. But then your face. What are you gonna do about your face? Your face is a real problem with a monkey. They're gonna go right for your eyeballs. They know what you see out of. They're gonna rip your fucking eyeballs out.
Yeah, because if your leg game isn't working and he's able to
Exactly.
immediately
If you
jump
just
up
leap
like a
through the air and grab a hold of you, you can't get him off of you. You're fucked, man.
Yeah. Oh my God. Although it would be great. I wonder if they had stuff like that in the Roman Empire.
They did.
Where
I'm sure
a guy
they
had
had
to fight a
people
little monkey.
I bet they had everything. And we're not that far away from doing that right now, man. Watch Slap Fight. We're not that far away.
No, you're right.
We're not that far away of people just having. I mean, there's these organizations that have sword fights now.
What?
Yeah, people dress up like knights. They put full knight armor on.
Wait, I feel like
think
I've
it's in
seen this
Russia.
and I didn't know if it was real or not.
Oh, it's real, man.
I mean, it looks
People are
like they
fighting.
really get hurt.
They really get hurt. They beat each other with their shields. Yeah, they fuck each other up.
Like, and they're using axes too,
Oh,
no?
yeah, they're using all kinds of weapons. They're just using weapons while they're actually wearing armor.
Here it is.
Yeah,
No,
they're using
this-
swords. Bro, this is rough, dude. They fight and they fucking knee each other and kick each other and throw each other and get on top of each other and beat the shit out of each other. And they're doing it with armor on. It's wild, man. It's wild shit.
So we're slowly getting back.
Look at this. Guy's
until
hitting this
the
guy
Roman
in the
Empire.
head over and over
Jeez, with the
his
shield.
Yeah. He battered him with his fucking shield. He beat the fuck out of that dude. I mean, you don't think that guy felt that?
Oh no, he's done.
He's fucked up. That guy's fucked up.
Wow.
He basically beat him to death with a shield. I mean, that's what we're saying. Like, if the guy lives, he's gonna live barely. Look, he's still
still
down.
ain't moving.
He still ain't
He's not
moving.
even- look,
I mean, that guy's
his body's moving. He's dead. That's just the nerves.
that guy got destroyed by a shield.
This is
So this
the one
one
I
they're
saw.
fighting with axes.
This one I saw. I'm like,
Bro,
wait,
this
come
is
on.
so insane. This is so insane. People are fighting with axes. Look at this. How about their fucking hands? What if the gloves come off?
Oh,
and you
God.
get your fucking your hand hacked off.
Why'd he go from there to there? Like,
I guess they got honor.
I skipped ahead. I was trying to find
They got honor. They start again. Let me see some of this. This is so crazy, dude. Oh my God. Slashing at each other with axes.
oh, all right. So they let you go once you're down.
Thank God.
Is it stuck in him right there?
Still, all you need is like one guy who
Yeah, it got
cheats,
stuck
or
in him.
just like, whoops, sorry.
It got stuck in him, man.
I didn't mean to juggler you. Like the hockey dude. Oh my God. Did you see that one?
Which one?
The hockey.
Oh, yeah. His neck got cut. I did see that one. That was horrifying.
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 Yeah, we're
Don't show
probably
me
not
that.
too far
Don't show
away
me
from
that.
this.
Don't show me that one.
Yeah, that's a bad one.
Yeah, but we're not that far. If people are doing that, how long before people do it with samurai outfits on, fight with samurai swords, and slice each other up? You know, that was one of the things that would distinguish Nazis.
What do you mean?
When the Nazis, through Operation Paperclip, when the United States acquired a bunch of Nazi scientists and brought them over here to work in NASA.
What are you, a conspiracy theorist?
Yeah. Yeah. And one of the things that we distinguish, you could know they were Nazis, is they all have these distinctive facial scars because they did dueling. It was a big thing with the Nazis. So they would put these goggles on. See the scars they had on their face?
Oh, yeah.
These guys would put goggles on and they would sword fight each other with these very thin, razor-sharp swords.
Wow, look at the guy. Yeah,
And it was like a badge of honor to have these facial scars. It made you look like a bad motherfucker. So all these guys had these massive facial scars. And that was one way where you could tell that someone was a Nazi. Look at that guy with the goggles on. So that's what they would look like after the fights. They would just get their face sliced up. And then
what did they become after this?
They became our scientists. They worked for NASA. But these were Nazis. And this is something that Nazis did when they were younger. They would have these sword fights with goggles on. And it was like a sign that you were the real deal. You were the real deal. You got the big face scar. You fucking fought with a sword.
Sure.
It's a different level of commitment.
Correct. It's like a gang, another gang. You got to kill a guy on a Wednesday and bring me his ear back, and you get a jacket.
Google NASA scientists with Nazi dueling scars.
We're gonna up them. Wir wird uns slice uns face.
Imagine you're trying to get to the moon. You're like, I think it'd be an amazing thing for mankind.
Right.
And then you
Let's
go,
picture
I'd
us
like
up.
to introduce you to Dr. Heavenstein.
Oh.
Dr. Heavenstein, this is Marty. He's going to help you with all of your needs with rocketry. And you look at this big ass scar on this dude's face. You're like, did you just bring a Nazi to help me? You bring is this a fucking Nazi?
How bad do you want to be uns scientist?
Is this a real Nazi? Yeah, look at this dude.
Are you really?
Look at the scars on that guy's face. The first director of NASA's Cape Canaveral was a Nazi scientist, Kurt Heinrich de Boos, also a participant in Operation Paperclip. So what happened was, the war was over, and for whatever reason, Germany had some of the most incredible scientists, man.
Can I just say,
Yeah.
if you go from the guy with the Nazi, his face almost looks like, this is not what I was promised. The other guy is like, I guess that's okay. Kennedy's like, what the fuck is going on
The
right
guy
now?
with the shades on, and
Yeah,
right
he's like-
behind him,
yeah,
with
the guy
cigarette,
behind him going-
that's the guy that's in the grassy knoll.
He is doing it.
That's the dude that killed
chest
Kennedy.
high.
100%. Look at him.
And look at Kennedy's
I'm kidding.
going. Look at his
That's
body
your grandpa.
language.
I'm kidding. I
Look
don't
at his
know who that
body
guy is.
language. He's the only one with the body language going, wait, what's going on right now? And then the other guy's like, yeah, this is my
What are
bitch.
they-
The man with the face
Well, hold on a
slid.
second.
I
You
slid
just-
his face.
What are they even talking about?
Yeah,
here?
what are they talking about?
They sit between
Apollo
them.
1. This might be when that exploded or something. I don't know.
No, did Apollo 1 explode, or is it the one that
fire.
exploded on the fire on the launch pad?
Yeah, something. I
Yeah.
just heard the video of it. Or
Is that what it
audio.
was?
I don't
So,
know.
like,
Was
the
that
middle guy's in
Apollo
trouble?
1? No, I don't believe Apollo 1 was in 63, was it?
I'm just gonna check. But when I was clicking around for this guy, it said he was also the leader of Apollo 1.
Okay, but I don't think
check. I know
the
I'm gonna check.
Apollo 1,
Yeah.
I think that was later. I think Apollo 1 was long after Kennedy had been assassinated. I believe. So the moon landing was 69.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
So Apollo 1 was 67?
I see. Yeah. So yeah, that's what it just said. So this wouldn't have been that. Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be something else. But at the end of the day, there were Nazis.
62 is what this is.
Yeah, they hired a gang of Nazis to figure out how to get to the moon, including Werner von Braun, the head guy of NASA,
I know.
the Simon Wiesenthal.
But a lot
Center.
of people, you can say it a million times, and they can look it up, and they absorb it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people still don't comprehend it, which is mind-boggling, because but then you have to start questioning. Okay, so if we started back then, when did it really start, and then how involved? And I think a lot of people are afraid to put that much time and thought into. Whoa, this is maybe there's a lot of things that have happened that we've been told and that we've been educated on by the very great professors, and all the information and time is not exactly what you may thought it been. And for some reason, I feel like so much of the population they just don't even want to hear it or take the time, because for whatever reason, it's too much.
There's a
But
lot to sift through.
It's a lot to sit through, but
Especially, there's so many different things to sift through. Like, if you
Right.
want to get into the Federal Reserve, like, what is it? Hold on. I mean, it's
Right.
not a federal institution. When you
No, it's not a federal institution. But I know right now, just with Jim Brewer, you were looking at him and you're like, he's not saying anything. It's because you got to give Jim a little bit of time.
Oh
He's
my
like
God.
He's like an old steam engine.
Land the plane.
He's getting started.
Yeah.
If Joe just let him go for another 5 minutes there, he would have said something wild.
Oh my gosh.
Because he was trying to, because what he's trying to do, I think, he's like gauging, like, what can I say? And he's looking at Joe and he's like, I got to say it a certain way. I can't just say it all wild like I usually would. So he's like trying to test it. And, I'll say a little more, maybe it's just not everything we thought. He's trying to say, like, maybe we've been lied to about a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
He just has a little roundabout way of saying it.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of Jim. He'll give you a couple faces, a couple different voices, different characters.
What a funny guy.
Throughout his story. Story time for his kids must be incredible.
Yeah, that's true.
It must be so good. He'll be like, he probably walks. Oh, they probably go crazy when they're kids. Oh my gosh, that'd be the best. But Operation Paperclip.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to expose you to that was old school Joe. That's
I
what
like it.
That's what the podcast. There would be hour-long stints of just that, just monkeys and apes and show me this alligator and how big is it. We even did an episode on alligators.
Yep.
Yeah, it was great stuff back in the day.
That's fun.
It was great stuff before all the Brett Weinsteins and all these scientists and Neil deGrasse Tyson were coming on. It was just a show for the boys.
You should just ask the scientists all those questions.
Who
They would know.
He should really. That is what he should do.
Be like the pre-qualifying.
Yeah, he should be taking that line of questioning, that line of thought, and bringing it to them.
Yeah.
Like Neil deGrasse Tyson, although he's crazy now, he's nuts. He should go to him and say, "Hey, a gorilla and an alligator, who wins that? But if they're both in space, who wins that?
If they're on a space station.
Yeah, they can both breathe. They're fine, but who wins?" He should be doing that. I guess that's where our show will go.
There you go.
I'll get a scientist on and be like, I have some really important questions to ask you. And they'll be like, okay, it's about your research. I swear it is. And then we'll just talk about that.
That'd be amazing.
Blackballed from the scientific community so fast.
Yep.
Operation Paperclip, though. It's something that I've always heard about. And I would love to do what Jim said and kind of test this out. Let's ask your mom about it. Be like, hey, you know about Operation Paperclip?
Oh, that's true.
My
mom doesn't know anything about anything.
Does
though.
that sound real to you? She'd be like, what?
Yeah.
They
no,
were
I doubt
what?
it. My dad might know, but probably not my mom.
Yeah, your dad actually might know. It seems like there's little glimpses of when I talk to your dad about certain things. Like I brought up Amazon One and like having everybody's palm print and stuff, and he was like, "Yeah, what do they want that for?"
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, you get it." So what'd you get the thing for?
Yeah,
Why'd you do
know.
that?
I don't know. He's old.
Yeah, I know. But anyway,
Yeah,
let's
so
get
Operation
into it.
Paperclip. So it was officially initiated in 1945.
Yeah.
Which was right after the Second World War. And basically what happened is the Germans had all these scientists who were absolutely amazing. And people were worried in the United States about the Russians getting a hold of all these scientists.
Yeah, of course.
Because they were still, like, obviously the United States does not have great relationship with Russia and never has.
Yeah.
Especially from the Second World War. So that was the main concern. So they actually found this list that was called, what was the name? The Ozenberg list.
The Ozenberg list.
Yeah. So the Ozenberg list was literally just names of the high-ranking German scientists.
Okay.
So this list was created by a German to recall these people from the front lines.
Okay.
So they were all out fighting.
The Germans?
Yeah, the German scientists.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
In the war?
Yes.
Really?
So they were all soldiers in the war, just like everybody else. Were included in the draft. And then this guy, Werner Ozenberg, made a list of all of the people that they should call back to help them win the war effort by developing new technologies.
Huh.
So he wrote down this list and then tried to destroy it. So it was actually found trying to be flushed down a toilet in a Polish laboratory.
The list of all his brothers, I guess you could say, all his colleagues.
Yeah, all the people that were recalled that are like the most prized German scientists. So the list got to MI6,
Really?
who transmitted it to the United States.
What?
Yeah,
Why didn't they keep it?
I don't know.
Huh.
Well, we were allies.
I guess, yeah.
And I think at that point too, because what I've read from the perspective of the German scientists is that they were very afraid of the Russians, and they didn't think that the UK or France had the funds for a big space program. So their option was to go with the Americans.
Yeah, they had to.
Yeah.
That's the only place you're safe from the Russians at that
Yeah,
time.
exactly.
And still to this day. Because Russia would have been like, we don't care about your technology.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't care at all.
Yeah.
Here, we're going to put you in this contraption and probably rip them apart.
And at the top of this list, the most
Yeah.
important scientist was Werner von Braun.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at these guys. Wow.
They're wild guys, eh?
Just straight up scars on their face.
Yeah. Hold on, let me tell you when you're going to get to the bad stuff.
It's cool. I'm not going to show too much anyway. These guys look brutal.
Yeah. So they're called Mensur scars. So basically, this happened in universities in Germany. And it was like the fraternities would have duels. Some of the fraternities even said you have to have at least one duel a year
Really?
to remain in good standing.
So even if you didn't want to, you had to get it.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why they all kind of have them on the same side of the cheek, because most people are right-handed. So as they reach across, it'll be slashed on the left.
Oh man, I would have gave people a bunch of right-sided scars with my left-handedness.
Yeah, but if they would even let you do that, who knows?
Yeah, no,
They did
no.
funny things then.
They wouldn't let me do it.
No, I mean use your left.
I would not be allowed in those universities.
Yeah. But
Because
this
of my
was
grades,
actually,
of course.
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So it was like a sign of like high class, high breeding to have that scar, because you were rich enough to go to one of those universities, be in a fraternity, and have that history. But it was actually banned by the leader at the time of World War II.
The leader.
The leader, yeah.
Oh, you mean the ultimate bad guy?
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah.
The big guy.
The big guy.
It's okay. We can say Hitler, I guess.
So it was banned from that point on.
Wait, Hitler banned it?
Yeah, he did. So it wasn't actually like a thing amongst officers. They got it before, when they were young. That's why they're all like very healed. It's just like a nasty old scar.
True. Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get into this whole thing. I can't believe this actually happened.
I know, right?
Isn't it weird?
It's super
But
crazy.
you know what? At the same time, as I say that, as it's coming right off of my mouth, it's not weird.
Yeah.
Because you're going to take the best people.
Yeah.
You're just going to do that.
But just the fact, we'll talk about, there's 3 main ones who were very prominent in the United States scientific industry, but also had some nasty pasts and with what they did. And
For
it's
sure.
been proven.
Yeah?
Yeah. But the issue is that they didn't have to be held accountable to any
course.
of their crimes.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Of course. And you know what's funny about that? As you say that, they were in. So did these people have children? Are these children like prominent people?
Like the
in
children
the
of
United
the
States? Yeah, the children
of
of
the
these
German
Nazis?
guys?
Yeah. Like, are they?
I don't know.
Is there a bunch of them?
I don't know.
Like, is NASA just that now? Like,
I can look up and see if
you know, how much nepotism
Mr.
goes
Von
on
Braun
there?
has children.
Alex Jones was like, my father was very close with Warren Braun. Yeah, he knew him.
He was?
Oh, yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh, yeah. It doesn't help much with his case of not being controlled opposition, I'll have to say. But, you know.
Okay, it says he has three kids, but it doesn't say who they are.
Of course it doesn't.
So you never know.
And they got good old American names now.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm John Smith. Hello.
It's crazy because even if you open up Werner von Braun's Wikipedia page, it lists his political party as that.
Of course. Of course. That's wild. So let's get into this a little more. You got these articles here. What are these articles?
Yeah, so this is just explaining about exactly
This one?
yeah, exactly what happened, what Operation Paperclip was. And the interesting part was it was actually kind of, Operation Paperclip was kind of a nickname. It used to be called Project Overcast because they had put all of these people in kind of rural Germany.
Okay.
Where they would have to check in twice a week with an American officer to make sure that they were still there. So they were basically being corralled while their background checks are being done.
Wow.
So it was called Overcast, and then all the surrounding towns, I guess, found out that code name, so it didn't work anymore. So what they were doing is anybody whose file they thought was promising, they would put a paperclip on it. So all the ones who were really like high-ranking scientists had a paperclip on their file. That's why it's called Operation Paperclip now.
I did not know that.
Yeah, fun facts.
That's something I've never heard before. So let's get like what is this one about? I like the joke you made that they have to make these scientists hold things with both hands to keep them from saluting. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's just talking about exactly what I just said about Project Overcast and Paperclip.
Wow.
Yeah.
How wild is that? Just took their scientists.
Yeah.
But didn't get the ones that went to South America. That's for sure.
Yeah.
There's a bunch that went to South America. Tim Kennedy was pretty much hunting them
Yeah, he was.
in that show.
Yeah.
Did we watched that together, right?
Yeah, I liked it.
He was going all over the place looking for these guys. Then actually got so close that I believe it was the History Channel that he was working with.
Yeah.
They actually canceled the show.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, he got so close and he was figuring out so much.
Yeah, it was a good show.
But like, what do you expect? You get a bunch of Green Berets to go and find Nazis in South America? They're going to find them.
Yeah. And there's like, it's not like they like hide the German towns.
No, not at all.
They're very obviously there.
Yeah. I'd love to visit some of those towns.
Would you?
Yeah, of course. I would love to see what's going on.
Just send me in first.
Yeah, you go first. I'd just be like, what's going on with you guys?
Hey, guys.
Are you guys crazy? That'd be my first question. Are you
Dog.
Are you crazy? What are you guys doing? Take all this stuff down.
Yeah.
Take all of this down.
Can you go to the next article?
Yeah, let's go. What, this fact check one?
Yeah,
USA
the
Today?
USA Today. So this one has the story of 3 very prominent Germans.
Okay.
So the first one they're talking about is Werner von Braun. And kind of they're just discussing their history. So he was obviously very important to NASA, and they couldn't have gone to the moon without him.
Of course.
That's very well known. But what wasn't well known...
Him and Stanley Kubrick. They needed them both.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, they were both together. No, go
What
ahead.
wasn't as well known was that he was actually a member of the SS. So it's not like he was just one of... I think most people, when they hear this, think he was just like a German who happened to be kind of put into that party because he had to.
Oh, that's what they think about all the scientists.
Exactly.
The scientists,
But no,
like, they had
he
no
was an
choice.
active member of the SS, traveled to the camps, and handpicked people to work for him as laborers.
That's what that part I did not know. That's wild.
Yeah.
Wow. And again, it makes so much sense to do that as a country when you want technology and you want really smart people. But then, like, I don't know, at what point do you go, okay, but not this guy?
Yeah.
You know, like,
Yeah, exactly. Where's the line?
yeah, where is the line?
There's another guy named Hubertus Strughold. Strughold.
Okay.
Who was a physiologist and medical researcher. And he headed the German Air Force Institute of Aviation Medicine. So he ended up going to the U.S. and became chief scientist of the Aerospace Medical Division at Fort Brooks Air Force. And he's been credited as the father of space medicine. So what he did in Germany was did some experiments on people.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So that was like his thing that he was well known for. And he claimed ignorance of any such activity. He said he didn't do anything, probably to get over to the U.S. And then he appeared among a list of 95 doctors that were like, it was like discussing their findings from these experiments. So it was proven that he was involved.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very interesting because sometimes they find these guys when they're really old and they hold them accountable. But all these guys.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Nobody's held accountable for anything.
Yeah. Very interesting how they do that.
Yeah.
And then again, it makes me wonder how, because once you're in that realm of, you know, scientists, like NASA, all that stuff, your kids are going to be in prominent positions. Like, you're not getting paid nothing. It's not like they're keeping you on some slave wage or something. So your kids are going to be prominent. Mm-hmm. You know, Arnold Schwarzenegger's dad was a Nazi.
Really?
Yeah. He talks about it. It's not even something like I'm making up. He himself said it.
That's crazy.
He's like, my dad was a part of that party.
Wow.
And he pleads the case of like his dad had to kind of thing.
Yeah, I feel like most people do.
Of course.
When they find out their family was involved.
Of course. But yeah, he legitimately has spoken about this.
Wow.
Upfront about it because you have to be in case anybody.
Yeah, because otherwise people will out you.
Yeah, exactly.
And then it's way worse.
But that was interesting when I heard that. I was like, what? His dad. I was like, wow.
That's crazy.
Makes sense. That's why he felt the need to have perfect body. He had to show off his perfect genetics.
Oh my God. And the third one on this list, his name is Walter Schreiber, who was a former general.
Where's this list you got?
It's below. It's a little bit lower on that article.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Because they just had up their flags there. And
yes,
I was like,
that's what I didn't want to show. It's a little bit higher than that point, but it's like right here. So do you see where it says Walter Schreiber?
Yeah. Walter Schreiber.
Yeah. So he was a former general and also did some medical experimentation. And his experiments involved bioweapons.
Jeez.
Yeah. So not great at all. And he was actually captured by Russia and then managed to escape and defected to the U.S.
You know, it's real wild. Sorry to be switching the screen on everybody over and over again. But this is the thing that you don't see every day when it comes to USA Today fact checking.
Yeah.
Our rating. True.
And here's all the dirty details.
Yeah, they don't usually you think of them and you go, they're gonna go with the narrative and this and that. This one, they're just like, I don't know what else to tell you.
Yep.
It's very true. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Walter Schreiber ended up at the Texas Air Force School of Aviation Medicine.
You know what's wild? His grandkid today is probably just like, hey, how you doing?
Yeah, he's just texting.
How you doing? What's going on, y'all?
Yeah.
Y'all good?
Just happens to be named Schreiber.
Yeah. If they even go by that anymore.
Yeah, you never know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can easily change a name, this, that.
Yep.
Like, you know, Tony Robbins, his last name isn't Robbins.
What is it?
It's something else.
Yeah. He just like picked a thing.
Yeah.
Like how celebrities do it.
Yeah. Robbins isn't his real last name.
Mm.
His actual father's last name is like unknown. He doesn't talk about his father.
Really?
And that's it.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Well.
Joe kept his actual last name though.
Yeah.
I believe. I'm not even 100% sure.
True.
Yeah. It's weird.
Interesting.
Some people do that.
Yeah.
Get away. I've often said, if you can, when you see a celebrity like Taylor Swift, let me know what her grandparents' names are.
Yeah.
Tell me. Jay-Z, what are your grandparents' names on both sides? I want to know. Because I bet you if we knew all of that, we'd be like, oh, yeah. I'm not listening to your music anymore. Oh, I'm not buying your clothes. You're terrible.
Yeah.
You'd realize. You'd be like, oh, you're not a gangster rapper. You're a rich kid.
Yeah.
And you just got to do this.
That makes sense.
This didn't happen by chance.
Yeah.
You didn't just have a guitar and write some songs.
Mm-hmm.
No. This is all planned. You're like the royal family.
Yeah.
That's exactly what you'd see.
Like,
and you'd probably find connection to like politics and
for sure.
maybe even royalty and all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, there's a reason Drake goes by Drake and not Aubrey.
Yeah. And then Graham, and then like, you know, his parents or like, you know, his mother's side of the family and what their name. I can actually probably find that out. I can probably find that out. But yeah, I probably could actually. yeah, I probably could. But I mean, yeah, they always tend to hide that. Not hide it because, you know, who's going to really be like, hey, just so anybody's wondering,
yeah,
my grandfather's name was this.
Yeah,
like,
they're not going to advertise it.
Yeah.
Because why would you?
But I mean, they even get to the point where they're hiding their fathers. Drake can't hide his father because his father was semi-famous.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, he worked with Prince. He was a drummer.
Oh, okay.
Like he's worked with all sorts of celebrities in the music industry. But other people,
Hmm.
there's so many. Like what's 50 Cent won't even tell you what his dad's name is.
Really?
If you knew what 50 Cent's dad's name was, it would just all make sense. It would start clicking. It was, yeah.
Interesting.
I'm telling you, celebrities, politics, Hollywood,
and scientists.
science, all of that stuff, all those things that are supposedly above us, they're all connected. They're like a family. That's why I don't even look at those people as black anymore, and like white. They're all just one happy family.
Yeah.
You know?
It's crazy.
Nah, that's how I see it. I don't know. But what else we got?
Well, so this, I told you it started in 1945, this Operation Paperclip.
1945.
Yeah. So it wasn't declassified until 1973. So for almost 30 years, the American public didn't know that this was happening. So during that time, some interesting things happened, including this picture of Walt Disney and Werner von Braun. They were besties.
Yeah. It's said that Walt Disney didn't like the Jewish people.
I've heard that.
It was said that he really didn't like them.
I've heard that, but he loves his German friend there, and even had him on like a TV special in 1955.
Interesting.
That was viewed by 40 million people talking about
that's
space.
wild.
Yeah. Especially then.
The guy was hitting Cat Williams numbers.
Yeah.
40 million.
Uh-huh.
Jeez.
Yeah. And he was everybody's hero. Everybody loved Werner von Braun.
Really?
Loved him. Like there's a whole bunch of articles that I saw. One of them was a guy who said, like, my hero is a Nazi.
Oh, geez.
Yeah. And he was writing about his experience, like even watching this as a kid.
True. Very true. Yeah, that's a wild picture.
Yeah, right?
I've never seen this. I didn't actually make the connection until you just started talking about this.
Yeah.
That this was Walt Disney.
Yeah.
What a wild world. What else is this about, this whole thing? This whole article here?
Not much. Just talking about.
Okay. So the picture is the main focal point here.
Yeah.
That's wild. And then we have a video.
Yeah.
me see
You can
this.
show like a little clip of the video. It's
Yeah, I'll
just
show a
that's his
little bit.
TV special.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. It's a little bit.
Amount of fuel and the numbers of motors needed to produce enough power to equalize the gravitational pull of the Earth. The payload in the top section will consist of 10 crew members plus equipment. Notice the wings, small rocket motor, and landing gears. This is a section that must ultimately return the men to the Earth safely. To produce the energy needed to hurl this stage into the orbit, we need these 3 additional rocket-powered sections.
There must have been some guys that served that were just like, I don't like that guy's voice.
Yeah, right?
I don't like the way that guy sounds.
Yeah.
I don't like this gentleman.
Yeah.
There had to be somebody.
Yeah.
But then, they were probably branded as crazy. You're being crazy,
Yeah.
Phil. Phil,
Until
stop it.
73.
Phil, come on. It's probably, I don't know.
Yeah.
Michigan, maybe? I've never been around those Michigan folks.
Michigan. That's so funny.
He's probably Polish. I don't
Yeah.
know about him.
But I love how they went to the moon in 1969. So they like waited for that to happen. And they like won the space race and everything else. And then a couple years later, they just quietly declassified that it was not all above board.
And that took how long? 1945 to 1973?
Yeah.
I wonder right now, right? It's 2024.
Uh-huh.
What kind of things will be declassified by, like 30 years from now?
Yeah.
That like you had no idea about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. It's crazy.
Like maybe something like that's happening right now,
Yeah.
where it's like they got these people and they needed them.
Yeah, it's possible.
Aliens, like whatever.
Yeah.
Just all sorts of stuff. And they just kind of hold the wool over your eyes
Yeah.
until it's time. I don't know.
And that just makes me think too, like all these guys got made into citizens.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
they just immigrated to the US, no problem.
Yeah, of course. Without question.
Yeah, with that insane background that we knew about.
It's crazy that none of them had like different names, that they didn't even.
Yeah, didn't even
It
try
was-
to change it. They're
yeah, it
just
was-
they knew they're safe.
It was that brazen,
Yeah. Werner von Braun also worked with I forget the guy's name. He was a Jewish guy from I think Indiana.
Okay.
Was another top scientist at NASA. And they were going back and forth about what kind of fuel to use in the rockets to get to the moon. And the Jewish guy ended up being right.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. So
Of course.
Werner von Braun very famously wrote him a note and signed it saying, "You were right. Like, good job. We got to the moon because of you."
Wow. That's crazy. I wonder who really wrote it. Warren, you have to write. That's probably exactly how the argument
you
went.
never know.
I just think that we should probably use it.
Well, Werner von Braun wanted to use kerosene.
Really?
Yeah. That lights up little camp lanterns
Good for him.
instead of hydrogen fuel, which ended up being used.
Well, I mean, the whole story is wild.
Yeah.
The whole moon thing.
Yeah. True.
You know, a lot of people are upset with Joe when it comes to him being controlled opposition. Their main go-to is that he said that the moon landing was fake, and then he said it was real. And they're
okay.
a lot of people. Some people just need one thing. They're just like, that's it. The
Done.
CIA. Yeah.
But if he was CIA, he wouldn't have said it in the first place. Or do they think he became CIA partway through?
He became CIA
Oh, okay.
because he was like, hey, listen, if you show me the aliens,
Yeah.
I won't say anything. I won't tell anybody. And everybody thinks that's how it works.
Oh my gosh.
Like if we
But
say
someone's
that
just
right
gonna
now,
knock on your door
yeah,
and
the
tell you
FBI
all the secrets.
Yeah, the FBI is gonna be like, hey, saw your podcast.
Especially when you're such a big figure.
Yeah.
And you could reach so many people.
Yeah. I don't know. It's funny. I mean, Jamie, you found more information than Jamie on something. And I was like, CIA. That was enough for me. I was like, she's been doing this for what, 8 months? 6 months? I
Yeah.
was like, Jamie, what? I'm like, CIA, obviously.
He doesn't want to show it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I see what's going on here.
Yeah.
We don't need much sometimes as people.
Yeah.
Just get pushed to the other side.
True.
But yeah, Operation Paperclip, it's very real. And what Jim Brewer said at the end is a lot of people, you can go to test it out. Test it out. Just go to some random people and be like, hey man, did you hear about the fact that a bunch of Nazis were brought over to blah, 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 blah? And they'll be like, no, that's not true.
Yeah.
And you'll be like, yes, it was. And then show them proof. And they'll be like,
USA Today fact check.
yeah, right? Show them that. That's what you show
Then they'll
them.
be like, oh.
They'll be like, oh, USA Today. That's a real one.
Yeah, we should ask my dad.
Yeah, right? Just see what he has to say. It's very interesting. I don't know. But what else you got?
That's it.
That's it, guys. Subscribe, like, and share. And think about it. Where else could this be? Where are those people's kids? Not like I want them or anything. Not like that. But it's just kind of weird. They're just
Out there.
out and about, hanging out.
Yeah.
Just, I don't know, probably really proud of who they are, you know? Mm-hmm. As they should be, I guess.
I don't know, mixed.
I don't know.
They didn't do anything wrong.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. They didn't do anything. It's just a very odd situation.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm going to look into this a little more. But other than that, we're out.
Bye.